Let's go. I had my tattoo session. It seems a little loud. Let's take that down a little bit. Okay. I had my tattoo session. It went well. It was painful. That was pretty painful. But we got a good chunk done. We made some good progress. So, time to do some knitting. Alright. Well, let's get to it. We're on the knitting here. Daioh, Sam, hope you're doing well. How's the weekend going so far? I'm trying to figure out where we are with this row. We're on row 11 of 62 for the final batch of this back piece. And I'm trying to make sense of where I am. 1820. I guess it's supposed to... I didn't do something right here. Hold on. Minus 21, 20, 21, 22. 18, 20. Okay, I didn't do something right there. So what's the pattern here? Tattoo session went well. It was painful. It was upper inner thigh. And some touch-up stuff and kind of stuff on the lower buttocks. So I do have, hold on. This isn't exactly everything we worked on. It was more there you go. That's the inner part of my leg. So you can see there's some the blood there. So the lightning, the scales, that got colored in. There were touch-ups here and here. There was more on the back side that got done. So that was good to get a good shot of the leg there. So a little bit more on the outside of the leg. More on the inside. There we go. How do I... There. Detail the horse. Okay, you can see like little darker spaces. He touched up some of the coloring to contrast a bit more. Anyway. And again, I'm currently sitting on some of the work. So. Okay, what am I doing here? So, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a good one. Should be -2. So it should be 17, 18. Oh, okay, so that was supposed to be 19. That's why. And then this is 20. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. All right. How are y'all doing? Hope you're having a good one. You started a book today while working? You went through half of it. Wow. Slow day or just good book? By the way, that's good. What's the book? It's -3. Oh, that's a slip. That's a paddling. So I am quite pleased with myself. I kind of took a half day today and I spent some time working on some additional little graphics for the stream and stuff. Only got 2 things done. One you will see at some point here. so I won't spoil it. And then the other one is streak related. This may be the start of something. We will see. I am almost a little bit too happy about how it turned out. The starting image. The starting image is just a fun little thing. I will say I had asked it for little peepo green creatures, so it gave me that. And I said that some of them should be drinking tea and some of them should be streaking. And I said for the ones that are streaking, they should be appropriately censored. Appropriately censored. So it did not appropriately censor them. It put the clouds up around their face rather than around their... But it is very cute. It is very cute. I thought it was also really funny. It took my suggestion for golden ginkgo or yellow ginkgo and turned it into golden tea, which I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So Peepo's golden tea run. That's right. Those damn frogs curse like a sailor. You gotta censor that shit. I mean, censor that stuff. So again, I've upgraded the streak celebration. I don't want to give it away, but I will say it doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it happens very rarely. So we may not see it for a while. But I again am like giggling over the result. Hey, Shermisfair, how are you doing? Happy weekend. I survived my tattoo session, barely. I admit, there was some extremely painful moments with that, like, oh my gosh. Particularly on the knee, he was going for an area that was like, with the bone, oh, that was terrible. And then coming up on the inner thigh was not pleasant. Was able to I took some aspirin when I got home. So it's usually fine at this point though. It's during the event. He very wisely asked me a question that required me to really focus on answering. And so that distracted me for a good 10 minutes while I was explaining the circle of fifths. And some basic music theory stuff. He had just returned from a trip to Japan. So he had gone out to Japan earlier. I think they left towards the end of October, but he was out there for like 2 weeks. And I think they just got back on Monday or Tuesday. So I got to hear a bit about that, and I told him a bit about Kilimanjaro. So we were gabbing a good chunk of the time, but then it sort of petered out. His wife wasn't there. She didn't have any sessions to be tattooing. So it was pretty quiet, and I was getting to the point of like just focusing too much on the tattooing, and so that also intensifies the pain. Like it helps if you've got something to chat and keep your mind off, and oops. And so again, like he very wisely noted that and got me gabbing on something else. Anyway. It was also like, we started, I was on my stomach, and he was doing my lower rump area, which we had stopped last time there. And even then, I don't know that we quite finished, because it was clear that he was going after something. I think it was a maple leaf or something. That was just, I had gotten hypersensitized on there or something. It was extremely jarring whenever he touched that area. And then I flipped over, and he did a few touch-ups on Pestilence. There were a number of areas where he redid some color and highlighted some stuff. And then he filled in stuff on the upper thigh. A really long tail. I mean, yeah, it's my whole leg, right? So we're kind of in the final bits. So hold on, I showed some pictures earlier here. There we go. So again, we worked on the other side for a bit. That was a good chunk of the day. Oops. Why is this so hard? But you can see, right, he was coloring up in this area, which is why it's all bloody. So that's pretty tender up there, right? And then he did touch-ups all along here. So again, right, there's right, you can see the dark bits there. So he touched up that area. There's some bits there. He did some stuff with the pink. Anyway, so, but like he was touching up something on maybe that hoof, maybe the hoof or whatever was on the bone, and oh my gosh, that was murder. So, so there's still a good chunk here to fill in. You can see all that back area that will be filled in with clouds, so that's going to be horrible. And then it wraps around the other side, and I've got some stuff back there as well. And then it's touch-up stuff here and there. He noticed, for example, you won't be able to see it here, but there's like a maple leaf hiding behind death that he had missed and needs to fill in. And there's a hoof, and there's stuff kind of here and there that he's like, I got to do that and that and that. So yeah, I've got every color on me pretty much. It's a great piece. I've got some other pictures from earlier too. I forget where those are though. Oops. That you can see like death better. It's hardest for me to show off death because death goes way up on my hip, and even pestilence is a little bit hard because I'm getting pretty high on the inner thigh there. So normally those are difficult to show off. You typically see the bottom of them more easily when I'm wearing shorts, but it's hard to show off the upper part of them without making you feel like I'm about to like drop my junk out. Or without me making you feel like I'm about to, yeah, anyway. I'm probably the more worried party there, like, What's that line from Blazing Saddles? Excuse me while I whip this out. Man, they could not make a movie like that anymore, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. We made it. Okay, I'm gonna show off. I added 2 new things to the stream. I'm gonna show off one of them. The other one will be a secret until we get the right streak. Are we ready? Hold on, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. There is a sound effect. You can't really hear it with the music going. Yeah, we have a key now. That'll just happen automatically. There's no channel point redeem or anything. But as I alluded to, I've also upgraded the streak, but it's with a rare event. So even if someone gets a streak, we may or may not see it for a while. But again, I am pretty pleased with how it turned out. So I will giggle incessantly when it happens. Okay. We're chugging along with these rows. Honestly, the thing that's slowing me down most here now is writing all this out. If I weren't writing this out, it'd be a lot faster. All right, let's go. Let's see if we can get a bunch of rows done. I'm not going to give a number. We're just going to try to go. Oh, and tomorrow, I mentioned this yesterday, but tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of a corner to corner practice. So we're going to be doing, learning some corner-to-corner basics, and in particular, corner-to-corner for doing pixel art. So we'll be going back to some crochet. I think tomorrow I'll spend a good chunk of time playing either Pokemon or the new Hyrule Warriors game. So we will see there. Okay, we're on A3. Which is an immediate cable with a hold in front. Oh. Immediate cable with a hold in front. You know, I had wanted to add some sort of graphic with like Totoro and or the little Tororos dancing, but it was, at the time, it seemed a bit time intensive. I think I've finally figured out how to do it faster in Asaprite, so I might go back and look at doing that. That's kind of scary. All right, we're good. Oh, no, marker. All right, we're on C3 here, which for this honeycomb pattern is just knitting across. So this is the good, happy part where we just knit. We don't have to cable. In fact, now where we are, we have no cables in the other section, so it's just 3 cables in the row, which is really a time saver, that's for sure. Noodle-oo-oo. I think tonight I'm going to be going to bed at a normal time. I need to get up early tomorrow to grab groceries and do a bunch of stuff. Do some cleaning. I've talked a lot how I really need to be cleaning a lot this weekend. So I need to get that done tomorrow morning. Which means I need to get up kind of early. I don't want to get up too early, but I need to get up early enough to get a roll on things. Whenever I play video games on Saturday, if I start at like 12 or 1, it's like the day is pretty much over in a blink of an eye. So I have to be really deliberate about like getting stuff done on Saturday morning. Otherwise it's like, oop, all gone. Mm-hmm. All these mystery songs, I wonder what they are. Oh, how did I split that yarn? Ugh. You know what? I don't like that. I fix it now, fix it later. We're fixing that crap. Oh, it was off the cable, that's why. Okay, there we go. Fixed. That was easier to fix there. Oh, show. Yeah. Okay. And we're on the B section, which is basically one stitch, purl two together, and then purl knit. All right. There we go. Get kind of a weird decrease, but whatever. Do. It's Christmas time in the city. Okay. It hasn't even been Thanksgiving yet. Take the Christmas stuff back. Too bad. That song had a little bit there that sounded like Silver Bells. It's unavoidable. It might be avoidable if Thanksgiving didn't have just such boring songs. I mean, what do we have? Like, Raise the Song of Harvest Home? Boring. Snooze fest. Minus 21, right? We need to make more interesting Thanksgiving Day songs. Tall order, ma'am. Only so much you can sing about a turkey. There we go. Step 1, give thanks. Step 2, eat food. Step 3, take nap. Step 3, eat more food. Or 4. That's right. Trying to figure out how to... Alright. I think we're good. Do. Do. Silver bells. Silver bells. Silver bell. I'm just gonna enter somehow make every song into like some sort of rendition of Silver Bells. Beep-a-ding. You know what words would go with beep-a-dee? Doo-doo. Beep 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 beep. Where are we? Okay, by the time we end this piece, we'll have mostly eroded away. It looks like 3/4 of the honeycomb. So we got still far away. We'll be down to here. So we still have all this to decrease. Oh. Beep-a-ding. Silver bells, silver bells ring. Silver bells ring. I mean, victory. Do-do-do-do. Silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. They're ringing all the time. Silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's not my fault that every Pokemon song lines up with silver bells. Silver bells, ringing all the time. They're silver bells, hear them in your head. Silver bells, silver bells. Oh, Nightbot. There should be something. Well, here we go. Are you ready? Silver bells. Silver bells. Oh, I missed it. It was going to be something about Here Comes Mariah Carey. Oh. Now we're done. Oh, well. Oh, knit, slip, knit. We're done. Woohoo! With this row. Makes a session for dissing on Mariah Carey. All right, we're about to breach. We're about to breach into our next cable section here. Like a chorus of silver bells bursting into the scene. Sounds scary, indeed. I mean, at this point, there's not even like a B. I have no B section left. Oh, 25. Uh-oh. We may see it. We may see it. Are you ready? Hold on. Okay, so Corin, good to see you. It's time to streak. We're gonna celebrate Chicken's 25 stream streak by streaking. I've added a rare event. We may see it. We may see it. Prepare yourself. Here we go. Let's celebrate. Thank you. We did not see it. But thank you for the 25 streak, Chicken. That's a lot of streaking. And Corin! This isn't fair. Corin as well. We got a lot of streaking going on here. Thank you guys. Thank you for the massive streaking. We have to celebrate. That's an incredible achievement. And so let's do it. Again, we may see the rare event. Let's see. Are we ready? Let's go. Corin, thank you for the 25 streak. It's a rare event. It's 1 in 100. All the streaking. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the streaking. All right. Do we wait? Do we wait until it happens naturally, or do I just show you what the exceptional streak is? I don't want to build it up too much. It's not like fireworks or anything. All right. But I will say it has sparked the idea that maybe we come up with other rare streaking. We may need to come up with other rare streak events. So stand by. Motivates more streaking. That's true. That's true. Maybe we need to have some sort of like thing to add more streaks or more hidden streaking. There's a way to do that. Okay. Oh, I had a question. So I had an idea for a fun variation on the fishing game. You know, you've probably been on some streams where they have the fishing game. I have an idea for a fun variation that would be more branded to what we do on the stream and everything. The question is, if I did something like that, like, what's the point? You know, so you collect stuff, you maybe get gold or whatever. Like, what do you want? What do we do with that? Anything? The people run guy should have a pixelated area. He does. It's just not, I mean, look really closely. You see the pixelated area? I tried to get it to be like really blocky, but it was difficult to do, so I made it just kind of blurred, and it's a block. It's a waste of time. Okay, so if it's just like, hey, you got 1 billion coins, like, who cares? Okay. Well, I have a fun idea. I think I can implement it just in I think I can implement it in Mix It Up. Like, I don't need to download the stupid fish thing. It comes up chat. It does like spam chat. Although if I do it in Mix It Up, there may be a way to do that. There may be a way to do that by minimizing the chat spam. You don't like streams that do that because it just blocks everything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand like the chat spam. I wonder, there may be a way to minimize the chat spam. We might do some collectible points. Well, that's the question, right? If there were to be something, like what would that be? Other than like creating yet another monetary system. I mean, I guess it could be T points. So far, I have resisted the option of like having ways to gain T points other than like subbing and bits. Hey, Semi! Wow, this is like a triple 25 streak. Peepo Hanagus, thank you so much, Semi. Okay, you can block the bots. Oh yeah. Okay, we got to celebrate Semi's 25 streak. Thank you so much. Again, there's a rare event that might happen. Let's see if it pops in for Semi. Let's go. Thank you, Semi. There it is. I find way too much joy in that. But let me I'll do it one more time just so you can see what that is. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, so the normal one. Well, here you go. It's sort of like this. So he's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. You need a little bit more time. Takes a little pause there in the middle. That's how I was climbing up the mountain. You can also see the censored area a little bit better since he runs slower. Here, without the sound. Without the sound. Oh wait, no, that's the normal one. There you go. There's the censored area. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so there may be an option to add more streakers as rare events to the streaking. You know, I mean, we could have Ichigo. We could have Gojo. Gojo could run across the streak. I mean, the possibilities here are endless. We could have Naruto, since they kind of run. Anyway, thank you all, seriously, for all the streaking. It's been fun to have fun with the streaking. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so we are invading the next cable section. How's the tattoo? It was good. It was painful. It was painful. We worked on my my lower buttocks, and then on my inner thigh and front part of my leg. So let me hold on. I've got photos. So all the stuff in there got colored, the scales, the lightning, which is why it's kind of bloody. He did a bunch of touch-ups on the front here too, including down here, which is extremely painful, and some bits around here. Those aren't as obvious, but the majority of the work was on the back side, which I am currently sitting on, and I don't think I have a photo. So, but it was a lot more painful this time around. We're getting into some pretty pretty sensitive areas here, so. All right. We're in the A1 section. Yeah, so really there's like one major area left to do. Which is actually it's that area behind the scales, like all the white scale, right? That's going to be basically puffy clouds and maybe some wind bars. So there's that wraps around a little bit. And then I think there's some other stuff on the back. So we've got maybe one more session and then probably some touch-ups. So we're getting close to the end, which is wild. Some males do, yeah, I can't, I've seen though, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. I can't imagine how painful that is. Even worse is just the healing. Like, I can't even imagine the whole process. Like, ugh. Yeah, even for the tattoo artist. Part of the job. Must be nerve-wracking. There's got to be ways to like try to minimize the pain. So before, there's this like a lidocaine ointment that I used on a couple occasions to help like kind of numb the skin on the surface. That helped, but I often didn't always hit the area that he was going to be working on, or at least not all of it. And over the course of hours, it wears off. And so you really only have a slightly effective window. I may consider doing that again one more time here for this final part, because that's going to be really rough. And it would be nice not to have to clench throughout the whole however many hours. The next session isn't until January, though. Both of our Decembers were too busy. So I'm not going back in until actually like mid or late January. Which is fine by me. Each of these sessions runs... Well, this session was like $600. So they're not cheap sessions. So I'm happy with like not having to go every month. That's a spicy meatball. Okay. We're -1 on that, but we can still do the cable. I think that's gonna be -23. Okay, C5 is in front. Oh, I got the email from Moko Hankan today about the gift thing. I didn't read it like I read it really quickly. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the response to that is. We got orders every 30 seconds on a broken cart system. Uh-oh. I should let me take a better look at this. David's frazzled today. Calm down. Oh, good. Well, you know, I mean, I'll be. There's. Like I'm looking at the print. Like I'll be honest, like, I'd probably pass this year. Or maybe I'll buy one of the old prints and give that. It's a vintage print. Yeah, it's like it's fine. It's a fine print, but from the idea of like giving that as a gift to people, like, okay, it's snowy. I don't know what people are going to make of this. Classic Japan art. Again, like I get it, but as a gift, that's not and as like a holiday winter gift, like, okay, it's got snow in it, but that's about like all that. I don't know, whatever. Not for me, I guess. Chacun son. Wait, how's it go? Chacun son goût. Oh yeah, so we will be reading Akira tonight. This will be the last chapter of part 3. We saw a lot of stuff blow up yesterday. A lot of stuff blew up yesterday, so maybe we'll see more stuff blow up. Well, again, what I'm kind of curious, it's a bit of a test. It's a test of the market, right? Are people buying prints because it's Dave? Are people buying prints because it's Moko Hankan? Or are people buying prints because they're prints? They buy prints. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. I think it's probably different from my view of that, which is like I do a lot of the stuff because Dave's involved with the projects and everything. If and I buy prints of like things that are like meaningful. So you know, to be brutally honest, I've asked myself, when Dave finally passes on, am I going to keep buying prints from Moko Hankan? And the answer is I don't know. I guess we'll see. But it's Dave's work that's largely the reason that I connect with Moko Hankan. So we'll see what how the succession goes. You collect the new designs, not many vintage prints of classical designs. You buy prints, and they're not from Dave. Yeah, right, exactly. But more likely you're buying things that like catch your eye, or they're people that you know and want to support their work, and that has a link or an interest, right? So we will see. Oh, all right, I missed the ad break. Sorry about that. That goes in front, right? Yes. All right. Oh, that's a huge stitch. Well, I guess it'll even out. Oops. Boy, some of those stitches get really long. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're still on a full section for here. Okay, I did purl those other stitches together. We purl those together. Then we purl knit knit. Okay. So that's the end of B. B is gone. Okay. So we've slowed our decreasing, which you can kind of see, right? Instead of this angle, we're now kind of going this way. So that gives a natural curve. really supposed to slip that, but it's gonna look weird. The guy that I had done a basic calligraphy course with, ran through his stuff on YouTube or whatever. He posted a message today with a video, and it was an update on why he hadn't posted for like a long time. And in essence, it was a short, like 6-minute video or something. In essence, it was basically right. He had started doing the calligraphy because it was something he wanted to do as part of his martial arts practice and kind of Zen philosophy or whatever. And he had started teaching as an extension of people asking, and it had gotten very popular during COVID when lots of people were taking online classes. And then of course that kind of has petered out over the last few years. And it was one of these like, hey, I'm doing this as a business now. That's not why I was doing calligraphy. And that's not where I find my joy in it. So it was interesting because it's a pretty common dilemma for a lot of stuff like that. Anyway, he didn't have necessarily a clear conclusion, but he was at least providing people an update. I just found the course and I was curious the fact that he hadn't posted anything else, but I wasn't expecting anything else. But that was kind of interesting to hear. There we go. Yeah, okay, that kind of works. Wait, did we just have another ad break? Wait a minute. Is that the same? Alright, I'm really confused. I guess it's the same ad break. Weird. Okay. Knit. Slip knit. Hey, Friday Octopus, how are you doing? Yeah, thanks for swinging by and saying hi. Hope you're doing well. Don't know what we were working on last time we were here, but we finished our double knitted scarf, and we had paused this. We're back on the sweater here. Hope you're doing well. Oh, a lot of changes lately. Have been. Oh, hey, well, as long as you're being able to take care of yourself, I hope hope everything smooths out. It's going well. Gorgeous. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. We gotta make sure it fits at some point. That's my biggest worry at this point. Who knows? It's a little nerve-wracking. It's like I'm not really gonna know whether it fits until the very end. Oop, oop, shoot, wrong row. The yarn is lovely for the sweater. Aw, thank you. It's a Knit Picks Wool the Andes, this haze heather. You can see, right? It's got kind of a light purple, but with the occasional hint of this vibrant blue and a purple that will peek out every once in a while. So okay. I guess. Yeah, we just skip it, I guess. So we're on B15 row. Except we no longer have any B15. It's funny, it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is the C row, I guess. We're now in excuse me, we're now in even shorter territory here. So let's knit knit, 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 purl. Then we're going to purl 2 together through the back loop. Okay. And we're immediately on this cable. Now, this is the cable. This is A3. So this cable is going to survive because we can actually do this. So this cable is going to survive, section will survive for 2 more rows. Because we'll be able to cable here, and next time around we'll be cabling over here. So that'll be safe. Then the next time we'll miss that cable, and then by that time that other cable will be done. So so we don't get to eliminate this cable yet. Octopus, are you working on anything right now, or are things just too crazy at the moment? Alright, so there we go. Narrowly skirting, getting eliminated. But we should be on a C7, which is all knitting. Ooh. What? Is something evolving? What's all evolved into Distan? Hey, pork, you're evolving. No. What are you evolving into? Pork front fat. No. Hey, hope you're having a good start to your weekend. What's on the docket? Dragon Quest 1 and 2? Pork back blast! There we go. Them toots are coming. Poison. Poison Pokemon. More DQ1 HD, nice, okay. There we go. Poison Fire, pretty solid combo, there you go. That's right, light that gas on fire. Watch out for the back blast. Oh wait. That's right. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Had a tattoo session, so a little post pain, but it's over, so we're good. That's right. Watch out. Watch out for the blast zone. We were up on the upper part of my leg, so like back buttocks and upper right thigh, inner side. Hold on a sec. I'll show some pictures here in a sec. Oops. Wait a minute. Let's take that off. Yeah, I don't have a picture of the back, but I have a picture of the thigh stuff, so hold on a sec. Okay, so that and then knit pearl, or sorry, pearl knit. Brain agrees. Ah, my rings. That's right. Screw this ring. Gone. Thank you for jettisoning my rings. Okay. There we go. So so stuff on the backside that took up most of the day. He colored in the stuff here on the inner thigh, which you can see is bleeding, and did a bunch of touch-ups like here and there on the front. Like in particular, you can see like the dark bands in there and whatever, and the color brightened the color on the inside there. So yep. So the next big, the last big area to work on is all the white there, right? So all the stuff behind the lightning and whatever is going to end up being like puffy clouds and things like that, and that goes around. You can see, right, there's a maple leaf that needs to get filled in, all that stuff. And there's a fair amount of touching up and stuff to do. So that will be painful. Today was pretty painful. Lots of really rough spots. Honestly, I have no idea what's actually on my ass at this point. I do know that we got pretty close. And I was like, whoo. So I don't know what's over there right now, but I'll find out, I guess, tonight when I take a look. All right, look at that. I think we did like 7 or 8 rows, which is pretty good. The rows are getting shorter, so it's a given, but we do need to be doing this many. We're trying to get to row 62. and then we bind off and we're done for this piece. Currently on row 18, decreasing every other row. I think we can get there by the end of Sunday. 20. We need to do 20 rows a day for like 30 or 10 30. Yeah, we can do that. We can, easy, come on. Yeah, the hard part then is we have to do that all again and do that for the front side. And that will be harder. Basically, do all that again for the front.
Hello there.
Okay, are we ready? Don't let that well. I'm not being optimistic. I'm optimistic that we can complete the back piece by Sunday. Finishing the front by mid-December and assembling the sweater by mid-December. It's about 200 rows total. Actually, let's take a quick look at that. We started decreasing around row 110. And on a good day, I would do like 6 rows. With like normal stream schedule of like an hour-ish, half manga, and then an hour-ish in the mid part. So like 2, maybe 3 hours, 6 rows. When we're at the full width, and we have to do that for 110 rows. 110 divided by 6 is what, about 20? So that would take about 20 days, plus the hem, which is probably like 2 days. 22 days. And then the decreasing, I can't remember when we started the decreasing, but let's say maybe 7 days. So we're on the order of 30 days. If we start that on Monday, that's early December of completing that. So we could theoretically be okay. And I could speed that up by spending some extra time. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, of course, that's assuming like I'm streaming every day. I don't have lots of music practice. So that's not going to happen. But it's in the realm of possible, as opposed to like, oh yeah, no, we need like 500 hours. Okay, let's read some Akira. Everything had blown up. Everything was blowing up. Akira blew up and everything was blowing up. So let's see how this is gonna pan out. Kind of reminiscent of a Junji Ito story where you're like, oh, yeah, no, there's no recovery from this. Like everything's dying. Oh, that's right. I was talking about Junji Ito with my neighbors on Halloween. Someone else had read some stories. And we were sharing that, where it's like, yeah, at some point in some of the stories, you're like, oh no, everything's done. Like this is not a story that ends happily. Everything is definitely like toast. There's no recovering from this. It just that doesn't happen often in stories like that. So when it happens, it's like, oh yeah, okay. I mean, that works, but I wasn't expecting that here. That intro was that. Wait, intro for what? Oh, everything was blown up. That's right. Well, I mean, it was all kaboom. All right, so there we go. Volume. Okay, so I don't really need to check this because this is the final volume, final chapter of this volume, but it should be page 282 is the final. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we ready? All these like really awkward giant pages. Yeah. No, yeah. This is immediately at 11. Oh. Hey, Nisa. Yeah, right. I was thinking about Ramina. So Nisa just mentioned that we should read Ramina from Junji Ito. That's a good case. That's a good example of the like, yeah, no, the Earth is just done. The Earth is just done. Yeah. Good times. Okay. Let's read Akira here, chapter 48. Here we go. Can I get a better angle on this? I don't feel like I can. Hey, Gatalogic. That's right. Everything's fine. Don't worry. All right. We'll just go with this. It's a little bit of an odd angle, but I can't get everything in easily otherwise. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's read chapter 48. Chapter 48 of Akira. This is the final chapter of the volume. We'll do a look at any art at the end, and then we'll do a preview of volume 4. But this is the end of chapter 47. Akira has detonated, and lots of things are just being destroyed. In fact, it looked like Kaneda maybe also got destroyed, but we will see here. To be honest, this is mostly just imagery of everything being destroyed. So let's take a look. Stuff happening here. Maybe this is like all the buildings. Yeah, this is all the buildings collapsing down there, damaging the bigger buildings, which of course then is toppling things over. We get this awkward panel in the middle. Clearly this was not meant to be not well aligned for a book like this, but there we go. There's the big wave coming in. Destruction. Oh, okay. And we get another. Wow. Okay. So another explosion. Not looking so good for Neo Tokyo. Okay, we'll zoom in a little bit to see some of this stuff here. Yep, not looking so good for the oh, there's those, like, we saw those in the background last time. Okay. Looking kind of irreversible. All right, more cataclysm, lightning. Maybe that's, yeah, so now we're getting like tsunamis and stuff. More disaster. And a big thing here at the bottom that spans the page. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see some of the art here. Street level. I see some cars there, maybe on them. Those might be vehicles, kind of hard to tell. All right, yeah, and then like a big view of the thing happening. All right, we might be able to zoom in. I'm sure we'll get another full spread here. So we've got There's the, okay, so maybe a little bit of comfort here in the sense that we see a lot of destruction, but there's still a lot of the city and town here that's like outside of the scope of this. But it's clearly destroying a lot. Okay, more view of the devastation. All right, looks like the waves have receded. Water's pouring out of the broken windows and stuff. Yep, okay. Not a pretty sight. Gopal, gopal, gopal. This is kind of like blub, blub, blub. So there's some bubbles. It's one of these charcoal briquettes. Boon. So they appear to be surviving. Of course, there's not much to police. Boko. Okay, boko is more like a popping or cracking sound. Oh, choka. So I guess it was coming up or something, but maybe like something happened here and then it's getting slammed against the cement, broken cement. Okay, we see a few of them here. Broken up roads, cars. I guess they're sort of coming out of the ruins. Okay, we see Ryu. Ryu has survived. He's on one of the buildings that looks like it collapsed. Oi! Hey! Kei! Oba-san! Kei, auntie. Notice like there's just water pooling everywhere there. Oi! Hey! Garang, garang. Okay, that's like the sound of rubble and things like that. Zuzun. So there's Chiyoko, Oba-san, erupting out of the rubble. Kei! Calling out for Kei. Ooh, wow, look at that. Nice. Okay. All right, well, there's Kei. I guess she's crawling up out of this, looking out over the devastation. Oh, okay. Masaru and whatever her name is, they survived. Well, hard to tell. Hard to tell what's going on here. That doesn't necessarily look great. Remember, Takashi is dead. She had tried to save his body, but even wasn't able to do that. There's the Colonel looking out over the devastation. All right, what do we have here? Corpses in the street, it looks like. Maybe some survivors. Yeah, so the shuffling people, survivors. Ah, Miyako-sama, Lady Miyako. Mono akete. Open up the gate. Otasuke Otasuke kudasai, Miyako-sama. Please help. Please save Lady Miyako. Gokijo? Goki. This is mercy. Basically, have mercy. Is it Kishin? Okay. And I want mercy. So let's just look that up. It'll be faster. Jihi. So gojihio, meaning again implied like have mercy, mercy. So lots of waves. It looks like this is a remnant of the temple, or maybe this is part of the temple, and whatever. They are all clustering around her area, requesting to be let in. Okay. So we get this. I don't know that we've seen a close-up of this tower before, but apparently this is the tower at her building temple. We've seen this image of like a sun with these beams behind her in the hall that she sits in. So that suggests it's all part of the same building. Tasukemose. I guess that's just like, again, save, have mercy, do saving. Shikashi. Or, I mean, mosu is to speak. What else would mose mean? Oops. Oh, do. So yeah, have mercy, but in a humble way. So have mercy, or do saving, save us. Shikashi, shinsha de nai mono wa hai nani ni ireru wake ni wa. This is into the temple. Hai. Oh, I got the wrong high. There, that's the high that I want. No, that's not the high that I want. There's the high. High Den. French Shrine Hall of Worship, which we've seen before. Anyway, so this is like a response. However, people that aren't believers, shinsha de wa nai mono, people that aren't believers, as for towards a reason to be able to enter the front palace or the hall of worship, ... Meaning like there's no reason to let non-believers into the hall of worship. All right, let's zoom in a little bit to see this better. Tasuke o tsutomete mono tatakaku mono wa subete shinsha de aru to no miyako sama no nani said da. Okay. It's not mitome. Sutome? Is it matome? Motome. All right. Seeking help, wanting help. So tasuke o motomete. As for people striking the gate, requesting for help, all of them being believers, it's Miyako, Lady Miyako's, whatever this is. I recognize the kanji, but I don't know the kun reading for it. Oh, aogu. But it's not aogu here. It is ose. Oseda. It's her command statement. Okay, so it's the statement or command of Lady Miyako of all the believers, I guess, as for the people that are striking and requesting help, all of them being believers, it's Lady Miyako's command or request or statement. So I guess like maybe someone within the palace is saying this within the thing. that it's the statement or command, the wish of Lady Miyako, that as for the people striking the gate and requesting aid, all of them are believers, I guess. Because only believe, anyway, you get it. Yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Yeah, so someone inside the gate says this, and so they're like, okay. Miyako-sama, Lady Miyako. All right, there's Lady Miyako. She's looking out Sakaki. Calling out Sakaki's name. There's the tower there. So she is somewhere up, either there. It looks like that's where the balcony is, maybe. So she's over there looking out. All right. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. All right. So someone is walking. They appear to have like a sunbeam on them or something. That's just the water like boom. All right. There they are. They're headed this way. Okay. They're headed here. There's a thing in the bay. Oh, this is the canal. That's the canal where they were. And so this is Akira. So there's Akira, where they left him, playing or doing something here. Levitating rocks. Okay, so that was indeed Tetsuo, the person walking with the sunbeam on them. Yeah, Akira and all his friends. So there we go. Tetsuo, we haven't seen Tetsuo in ages. There was Akira playing with the rocks. Akira crying. Those two looking at each other. And that is, I guess, they're people leaving. That's looks like Tetsuo there and Akira doing some people leaving. And not clear whether that means other things are happening with people here or if this is just a sunbeam and whatever. But that is the end of the chapter. That is the end of chapter 48. And this is the end of part 3. Again, part 3 was called Akira part 2. So, we're done. End of part 3. But that is the end of volume 3. There we go. So, as is our wont, we will look at any art we have here at the end and do a preview of volume 4. We've seen this before, right? This is letting us know this is this story was originally published in Young Magazine, and these are the issues that were in this volume when they were published. This is the people and staff involved. This is the deluxe, which combines everything. Again, Akira 2. My other 2 volumes were first printings, but this one is not, strangely. First published in 86. This one, this physical book I have is 95. 26 printing. 26 printing. So there you go. Not a first printing. Sad. Oh my. I don't know what all this is. Let's see if we can find something here. Haha. Okay. They did not bother. Chuo Seifuki no Izan Nani Nani. So this is something from the central government. I guess this is all maybe like propaganda material. So entry forbidden, Tachiiri Kinchi, permission, Kyoka, something group or country. Do that. Tachiiru Irobe, something. All right. Presumably, this is like more rogue people establishing their own rule of law. Maybe this is supposed to be like newspaper stuff about what was going on. We're not going to bother translating all this. So if you've got any interest, here you go. What does this say? Akira number 4 volume. To that, I guess, like, have expectations. Or look forward to volume 4. There you can see Akira volume 4. Something about Hawaii. Okay, anyway. There we go. We've got some art here. Oh, okay, they did translate it. Let me just quickly go over some of this. Central government still in state of paralysis. Okay. DLP fails to form cabinet. New capital in Tokai. Refugee aid. Daioh. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Abandon hope. Abandon hope. The great Tokyo Empire. Oh, okay. That's empire country. Got it. And there's Tokyo. And great. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, what do we have? Japanese financing denied. No, that's what. No, that's somewhere else. So this is an independent nation from the ruins. What is this? Hai something. This is ruins. And Shindoku Ritsukoku. So like a new independent nation from the ruins. This is the work begins on volume 4. Anyway, yeah. So it's a smattering of articles, which we won't bother with. Okay. Again, art, colored in art under the cover here. I always thought it was, oh, it's in Russian or Cyrillic. Oh, that's fascinating. All right. There we go. Oh, and that's the final bit. Okay. So that was volume 3. Let's go ahead and do a preview of volume 4. Oh boy. So here's volume 4. Akira in what looks like emperor's clothing on a broken throne, presumably again with the symbol of Miyako's organization or something. Interesting. On the back, we've got a pinball machine. That's fun. You got the Colonel, Miyako, Kei, Tetsuo. Huh. Okay. Ooh, this is old. There you go. A recap of the. Oh, I got to be careful. That's starting to come off. A recap of the story. Ooh, okay. This is going to be interesting. Some preview of volume 4. Okay. Each part is like an act. They each get a name. So first act was Tetsuo. Second was Akira 1. Third was Akira 2. Part 4 here is Kei. So I guess we'll see more about Kei here. Oh my goodness. in the first 2 or 3 volumes, there were a lot more pictures than text to give the story. Now it's just all text. Since we have read the story, we're not going to bother with all this. You can see the characters down there at the bottom. Oh my goodness. Yeah, good luck. All right. So that is it for the preview entry into volume 4. We'll continue here next time, volume 4, chapter 49. The first few pages are always in color. We'll take a look, see what's been happening in Neo Tokyo in volume 4 next time. Oh boy. Okay. Well, everything went boom. And we're technically, again, not at the halfway point because it's 120 chapters and we're only at chapter 49. So we still have a way to go before we're technically at the halfway from the chapter perspective. Bold move to blow it up halfway through. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for today. So thank you everyone for hanging out. As always, I hope you have a good one. We got ads starting up here soon, so let me get us out of here. We're going to raid Midnight Sumo. Grand Sumo live opening ceremony is about to start. So Grand Sumo tournament is going to be happening. Midnight Sumo does live commentary. So there'll be opening ceremonies for the big sumo tournament. Don't forget, Pork Back Fat will be starting streaming soon, and also Chickenmeister, Real Chickenmeister, will be streaming here in a little bit. About an hour doing woodblock printing. Be sure to check them out, but also check out Midnight Sumo. So let's go give Midnight Sumo a raid, and I will catch you all again next time. We will be streaming tomorrow. I might get on early to do some video games. Otherwise, we'll be doing our normal stuff at kind of the normal time. So have a good one. Thank you again, everyone. And I will catch you all later. Have a good weekend. Let me stop recording and